and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you some of my progress at WGU and also giving a few extra little tips for WGU because, surprise, I am officially at the halfway mark. I got 50% completion on my program so far. So I'm going to grab my laptop, show you what classes I've done, and I'm actually going to try to break down each class individually really quick, just to give you an idea of what to expect if you're going to WGU for the Teachers College. Whenever I log into my WGU account, this is what you see. See, I have 50% completed. So I only have 59 credit units left, which is actually more than I have left because I'm not going to be doing student teaching. I'm going to be changing to a different degree, so it's less. I'm not actually sure what it is. But anyway, when I started, I had 7 terms that they thought it would take me, and now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've already cut 2 terms off, which it's going to be down to that soon, hopefully, because I'm only going to do it in 1 term. I have 14 weeks left. My weeks, I believe, turn over on Thursdays or Fridays. But I have completed 35 competency units this semester or term so far, and I just added another one. That's why I have that 3 right here as remaining. So I'm gonna go over to my degree plan real quick and show you what's into my degree plan. You can see I had 26 competency units transfer in from my other college. So far this semester or term, I've done 38, and here is how it's laid out of how I'm gonna be doing in my other terms, but I'm only gonna do it in 1 term. So these are incorrect. These will all be moved to this one. I just have to do it one at a time to make sure that I'm, doing it correctly and that I don't end up with classes left over at the end of the term that I have to pay for. But I'm gonna go down and show some of the classes I've completed so far. I don't really know what all I'm allowed to show you. Anyway, I've completed math for elementary educators 2. This is funny. Here,
so this math class is really funny because I had transfer credits from a prior associate's degree, and they transferred in for math 1 and math 3, but not math 2. So I had to take the second one, but I already knew the material for the third one, so I literally did it in a day. But a lot of people have a really hard time with the math portion of the program. So if you're someone who struggles in math, be prepared for that. Thankfully, it's one of my strong subjects, probably actually my strongest subject. And I transferred in those credits, so I didn't have to really take them all. So if you can do that, it's a great option. If you can't, I've heard they're hard. The second one was not hard for me personally. I did it in a day, but we all have our areas that we're strong in. Let's see, what else do I have? Educational foundations right here. That one was a pretty easy class as well. Survey of world history, again, pretty easy. These 2 were projects and papers, I believe. This one I had to have a interview for, so be prepared. You do have to have interviews sometimes. I'm gonna talk about that. Sometimes when you go to WGU, you're gonna have to interview people and set up interviews with teachers in your field so that you can write a paper about an interview, essentially. So essentially what they do this for is the class was educational foundations, but it was really an interview, and they wanted me to talk about or ask the person I was interviewing about state standards, what they found hard in our district, if there were what resources they could get from the community and that kind of stuff. And it's really just about being aware of it's making you aware of the resources you have in your community and districts surrounding you that you might end up teaching in. What are some of the struggles that your district faces? Be that behavioral, if there's behavioral issues pretty prevalent in your district, you have to mention that. If there's substance abuse issues in your district, you have to mention that, and those kind of things. So that was kind of educational foundations. Survey of world history was crazy easy as well. It was just 4 papers, and I literally just looked at the questions, looked at the book, and found them. So pretty easy. Health, fitness, and wellness. That one was pretty easy as well. Common sense. If you passed freshman, I don't know about you, but in my school, I had to do a health class in elementary school, and I had to do one in high school. And so if you even remotely pay attention to those, you're good on that. And if you even, it's just common sense. It's what's a carb?
you know, are carbs good for you, that kind of thing. So with educational psychology and development of children and adolescents, that one was pretty hard because I was scared about it because people told me it was so hard. It's not that hard. You can do it. Everyone has their strong, you know, like I always say, everyone has their strong subjects, and everyone has their subjects they're a little weaker in. So it was honestly a strong subject for me. It took me like over almost 2 weeks because I was so scared to take the OA because everyone was like, oh, I failed it. This is my 5th time attempting it. And once you take it your 3rd time, you have to start paying for your OAs because they're like having to pay someone to proctor you. So that's something to know. If you don't pass, like, I don't know if it's the first 2 or the first 3. I've never failed an OA, so I don't know. But I've heard that you have to start paying after a certain number of fails. So anyway, my next class that I'm going to talk about is, sorry, I'm moving my arm because my arm fell asleep. My next class was the school as a community of care. This was another one that was pretty basic, pretty easy. It took me 3 days, it looks like. And it was a performance assessment, so it was papers. I honestly don't even remember this class. Yeah. American politics and the US Constitution, crazy easy, so easy. And I don't mean that to be like, oh, this class is so easy for me, look at me. No, I mean like, if you just look at the material, and I'm someone who, if I look at some material and look at it 3 or 4 times, I can kind of understand it and retain it. So as long as, I'm not good with dates though. Dates are kind of my, and there were a couple dates, but not as many as I thought there would be. So not as hard as it looks. Looks daunting because it's like a huge test, but it's really not. Fundamentals of diverse learners. I believe that was the one that I had to do a, yeah, that one had both papers and a actual test. So that one took me a little longer. It looks like about a week and a half, which I've already said all this in my other videos that I did my updates on, but I wanted to do like a halfway mark update in case you didn't want to watch those other updates. So that's why I'm making this. Integrated physical sciences, so easy, loved it. Honestly, did it in a day and a half, it looks like. So loved it, crazy easy. Again, if you even remotely paid attention in high school, science, like my freshman year, we had to do physical science. So like I kind of like retained all that information from there. So didn't really need any extra help on that. I did take the PA and there were a few things. I don't think I passed on my first time on the PA. Not the PA. On the pre-assessment, there you go. So yeah, PA, right? Anyway, I took the practice test and studied what I needed to study, what it said. A lot of it is about earth science, so like, you know, plate tectonics and that kind of thing. And it also talks a good bit about like atoms, and it talks like about like valence electrons and like whenever they combined and everything. So just brush up on that. Watch Brain Pop for the class. I watched a bunch of Brain Pop videos for that class and loved it. So there you go. Managing engaging learning environments. That was papers, and it was pretty easy, just had to get motivated. So this last class I've been in, I have been in it for way too long. Okay, I just got, I'm moving my camera again. I just got my final paper. It is 4 papers in it. And one of them is actually a lesson plan, and you have to like write this whole thing out, and I really didn't understand a lot of it. So I had to like get it back and revise it, and it honestly took me so long to do because I was so confused, which I shouldn't have been. I should have reached out to my course instructor, but I was a little too like, I don't want to. So don't be like me, because I just spent almost 3 weeks in the class. But Introduction to Curriculum, Instruction, and Assessment has probably been my hardest class because of my motivation. I have been so unmotivated. I'm like, I don't want to do it. I want to go home. I'm trying to figure out moving to California for another college that's gonna be in person, that I'm gonna be doing on top of WGU. So also, yes, I am not quitting WGU. I know there have been a couple of comments about that in my last video about me going to, when I did my back to school shopping for my dorm.
I'm not quitting WGU. I'm going to continue doing WGU online. I'm just going to this other college for a different degree because I want both. I'll just, why not add a little more stress to my life? Who doesn't want that? But because of all that, I've kind of been procrastinating really bad. And I honestly say, here's a procrastination tip. If you're a procrastinator like me, just get over it. Like, there's nothing, like, I did the first 2 tasks, took me almost 2 weeks, which they should not have at all. The last 2 tasks, I didn't even touch for about almost a full week after my second task got back. I got my second task back as passed. I just didn't want to do it. I would have them open on my computer and stare at them for like 5 minutes and then be like, I don't want to do it, and would get on my phone and be on my phone for like 5 hours and be like, I'm done working now. I didn't even hardly touch them. So the other night, it was like almost midnight. I randomly got really motivated and was like, oh Lord, I have a meeting with my mentor in the morning and I don't want to have to tell her I'm still not done with this class. So I just started working and I finished them by 3 a.m. So they're not hard. Like, it took me 3 hours to do 2 full papers. So they're not hard. You just need to, like, if you get like stuck, you just got to push through it. I did not push through it until like 2 weeks, or 3 weeks. So wasted a lot of time there. Love that. But hey, that was my one class that pushed me over my halfway mark to my degree. So right now, if everything stays the same, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 12 classes left before I'll be done with my degree, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 additional classes, so really I have 20, but 8 of those are for preclinicals and demonstration teaching, which is student teaching, and that kind of stuff. And I'm not going to be doing that because I'm changing majors. So I only have 12 classes, which is, I think they're all 3. Are they all 3 credits? Yes, it's all 3 credit classes. So I have 36 credit competency units. I keep calling them credit units. They're not credits, they're competencies. I have 36 competency units left, and I have finished 38 this semester, or term, goodness. WG terminology is kind of confusing. But anyway, I just wanted to make this video real quick to encourage you that you can do it, and to really just tell you not to get, don't procrastinate. There's no point, because now I'm gonna have to work really hard and do almost, because I wanted to have this done by before December, but I'm gonna have to work into Christmas season now, so that's kind of sad. Sorry, there's something on my camera. Anyway, let me think if I have any tips real quick for you. My tips for WGU that I learned halfway through are brain pop, which I've already said. Oh, another tip. Get some candy. Okay, this is weird, but I'm I have to have something to motivate me. So what I would do is I had a huge bag of peanut butter M&Ms, and I'd be like, okay, I can have 1 M&M, and I would suck on them so they'll last longer. And I would be like, as long as I'm working on these, I'm allowed to be eating these M&Ms. But if I'm not working on them, I need to put the M&Ms away. So M&Ms motivated me to finish my class. If you can't tell by my crazy breakouts. But yeah, find something that motivates you, be it food. I mean, mine's obviously food. Also, I have to watch Scooby-Doo. That's weird, but I've loved Scooby-Doo since I was so little. So whenever I watch it, it's kind of like my comfort show. I can turn it on in the background and I already know what's going on. So I don't have to have my eyes on it. It doesn't distract me. It just kind of, makes me have a comfortable setting, and I can work on my papers and stuff while still having something else playing. But if you are someone who can't multitask very well and you get distracted very easily, I would not do that. Don't do that. I just do it because it really helps me block out all the noise in my room. Another tip is to shut your door. I used to always leave my bedroom door open when I was working
But like if anyone walks by or if I hear my dog like barking or crying or something, I'm always like, oh, what's that? Oh, let me look at it. Let me look, see who's passing by. You don't need to know, you're trying to work. So close your door, turn on some music if you need to, turn on your comfort show, turn on the fan if you need like just that to muffle out, put in some headphones. Headphones are good. What else? So another tip is just make sure you're comfortable. Like literally, just make sure you're comfortable. I tried sitting at a desk in my room and working. It doesn't work for me. I have to, I have like one of those pillows that you like set it up. It's like, I don't know if I can like explain it. I'll insert a picture I'll insert a picture right now. But anyway, I have one of those on my bed because I'm able to like, I get fully ready for my day as if it was any other day. I do my hair, I brush my teeth, I get all ready, I get dressed and everything. And I will pull like out, I won't like get like in my bed because like then I'll go to sleep. But I have that little pillow, I prop it up onto my headboard, and I kind of use my bed as my desk because it's the most comfortable thing. A hard office chair is not comfortable, but if you have a nice office chair, go ahead, do it. There's a recliner downstairs at my house. Sometimes I'll sit in the recliner and do my homework because it's more comfortable. Just find what motivates you, because if I'm uncomfortable, I'm not gonna be motivated, but if I'm comfortable, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm chill, we can do this, let's go. All right, none of that made sense, but I'm halfway done with my classes. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel to stay up to date on all the content that will be coming soon. Thank you.